for their fair share of money and get what's due and owed to us now. So we're calling on the governor to fully fund our school district and give these kids what they deserve. We're not asking for a handout, we're asking for what's owed to us, and it's time that we get what is owed to us. Thank you.
I have a 4-year-old in district and a 6-year-old in district. So I'm here today because of the statistics that I saw in a meeting and I can't unknow. And I will stay and keep making noise until this is over. It is time for our children to receive their fair share of funding. 40% is unacceptable. Anything lower than our peers is unacceptable, and we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep making noise until our children are fully funded. Am I right, Ossining? Who is a mom? Who is a dad? Who is a teacher? That I have learned this year, it's that Ossining moms and Ossining dads and Ossining teachers and administrators will get it done. Get it done! Get it done! I want Governor Cuomo to look at that sign right there. Cuomo took our money. Give it back. We're not going away. This message is going to go up and down the river towns. It's going to go all throughout Westchester. And you're going to feel it at the polls. So can I get a round of applause for everybody who put this together? Thank you so much, Jed and Ben.
It's important that we hold people accountable for what's right. And, you know, people like me, when you're in advocacy, your quote-unquote opponent oftentimes will want to push you down and tell you you're wrong, you don't have your facts right, and it can get kind of tiring. I don't do this for a living. There's people that do get paid to do this for a living. They're lobbyists. They're up in Albany, they make connections, they have fancy dinners, and they try and accomplish things. I'm not trying to get money to build a sports dome down by the riverfront, okay? I'm fighting for education. And there's nothing purer than that. So don't let anybody ever tell you anything less than that. You all know this now. That's right. That's right. We're not in some backward state somewhere else in America where they're fighting against public education and taking books out of kids' hands and telling them they can't read them. This is New York State. We have a Department of Regents. We have public education figured out. We need Albany to stop chipping away at public education and siphoning money off the charter schools. We need school districts like Ossining. We are the example. We are America. We are not a 99% Caucasian school district that is out of touch with reality. My kids have friends of every skin color speaking multiple languages, parents from different continents, and we are living the American dream here, and we need the support of the state who has our money. And let me straighten one thing out. Man, I would have been upset if I didn't mention this when I got this piece of paper and it's not on it. That would have been pretty upsetting. Let's get one thing cleared up right now. Foundation aid and funding, okay? Quick lesson. Does everybody know out here at least what the word conflate means? Right? Most of you probably do, right? Okay. There's a lot of people employed up in Albany that confuse those two words like they're one and the same. Foundation aid is a formula that was created out of the result of a lawsuit that tells New York State government the total amount of money down to the penny that is needed in the upcoming school year so that every single child in New York State can receive a fully funded education, whether they live in Montauk, Buffalo, Watertown, or Ossining. That foundation aid formula then divides that massive number up and shoots it out to every single school around the state because they know where every single child is. The formula works. The formula says that Ossining should get $27.5 million this year. People say the formula is broken. It's not broken. No, it's not. It's not broken. The only thing, it's like basically saying if you got a flat tire on your car is total. That's what people are saying when they say that the formula is broken. If the formula was fully working, it would probably say we're supposed to get more than $27.5 million. The thing that's broken is the funding, because the moment New York State government years ago stopped fully funding the formula, they started divvying out money, making decisions in back rooms with legislators who had more power than others. That's where the train went off the tracks. We're supposed to get $27.5 million. I think if we got another $16 million in this community, we wouldn't be thinking it's broken. So I want to thank you all for coming out today. We have to continue fighting for our children, for our community, for our school district. And it is a fight. We got another speaker? Oh, yes, please, please.
Buenas tardes, yo voy a hablar en español, voy a representar a mi comunidad y hoy estoy aquí queriendo pedir equidad. Quiero pedir a nombre de la comunidad hispana que seamos escuchados. Somos un gran número aquí y necesitamos monitores para los buses, necesitamos programas después de la escuela, necesitamos gente que apoye a nuestros hijos que necesitan llegar a un cierto nivel en que digamos que quieren llegar muy alto. Mi petición en este momento es que se dé lo justo, que el dinero que no está llegando de alguna manera venga a solucionar las deficiencias que estamos teniendo en las escuelas. Muchas gracias.
All right, this wouldn't be a school funding rally without a little bit of homework. That's right. Don't worry, you're going to enjoy it, or your parents will. You need to go on Facebook and join Ossining for Fair Funding. 4 words. Stay up to date with our information on there. We're gonna create a new, slightly shorter community advocacy letter, which you will need to cut and paste and go to a web link on Governor Cuomo's website. You're gonna have to paste it into his form on there, because when school advocacy, the opt-out movement, funding, Common Core, when parents started making their voices heard, guess what Governor Cuomo did? He got rid of email. So you got to go straight to his website, cut and paste into his form. That's going to be your homework. We have about a week and a half, final stretch here. We can't be forgotten. There's a number of us, the Ossining School Administration, Superintendent Sanchez, Superintendent for Business, Lita Zuber, and a bunch of us parents. We're heading up next Monday. We actually have a meeting with one of Governor Cuomo's lawyers. We're going to meet with Assemblyman Buchwald. We're going to meet with Ways and Means Committee. We have more meetings. We're going to make sure if the dollars start flowing, they don't forget about Ossining. Join our group. Get on Twitter. Look for Ossining. The more voices, elected officials get uncomfortable when a bunch of people from a small town on the Hudson River start telling them what we need. And we are armed with facts. None of this is fiction. It's all facts. Join our group, make your voice heard, be on the lookout for more information. Thank you so much for coming out. This community is amazing. Thank you. And great job for all the kids. You guys are awesome. Oh, Mark is awesome.
Good afternoon. I'm Juan Bedoya. I don't have anything planned. I'm a former L. I'm a former veteran. I'm a current math teacher. And I'm not here to ask anything from Mr. Cuomo. I'm coming here to demand, because he worked for us. We pay his salary, so he needs to do his job right.
Yeah!
Every year, we pay our taxes on time. So he needs to update his census so he can send us the money that we are owed. I'm also a resident here. My father is a resident, my sister is a resident, and we all work really hard to pay our taxes for them not to send us what is owed to us. And my daughter is here, Leandra, and pretty soon she'll be in the dual program, and she's going to need funding in order for her to grow and enrich her culture in this beautiful town, Ossining. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lisa Rudley. I'm a mother of 3 children in Ossining. I also serve on the Ossining School Board. I'm here to speak on behalf of being a parent. And it's so amazing to see so many people out here. And when we went up to Albany in February, the governor's people said to us, "Do you have problems with gangs? Because if you do, we can get you some money." And we said, how is that, why would you give money after the fact? We're trying to prevent issues like that and problems. We need to get to our kids. I've been an advocate for a long time, part of the opt-out movement, part of the advocacy for Ossining. And over the last 8 years, we've lost about 100. We've had to cut about 100 staff members. We've built back a little bit, but we've gone up by 1,000 students. We explain this to the governor, to the senators, to the assembly people. We tell them about it. It's undeniable what's going on in Ossining. And they're discriminating against our school district, and it's not okay. It's not okay. We're in the middle of an election, right? We're in the middle of a big election year. And every 2 years we get to vote again for a senator or for an assembly person, as well as the governor is up this year. And you know what? He's going to have a primary. He's being primaried. And you know what? He listens to the electoral vote. It's a big deal to him. So when you start telling him he's lost your vote, it's going to be a big deal. And you know what? Our kids, there is damage here. Our graduation numbers should be going up. We should have a lower dropout rate. We should have smaller class sizes. And it's not okay. And every moment that you get to let the legislators know, and I'm not going to let the IDC off the hook here. You know why? In the IDC, the Independent Democratic Conference, for years, and they are the Democrats, so-called Democrats in the Senate that side with the Senate majority, for years they have been allowing us to be underfunded as well. They have power here too, and it's not okay. And the least what you'll know is that they actually voted down the Senate majority budget, the one House budget this year, to just save face. But it's still not okay because they let our district suffer. So what I want to say is I'm just so proud of Ossining, and I know that through all these efforts, we're going to see more money, and we just got to keep up the noise. Thank you.
Okay, with that, you're excused. Go home.